Very good. Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Today is September 23rd, 2025, Rush Planning Board meeting. Marjorie, you want to take roll?
Member Moise?
Here.
Member Wolcott?
Here.
Wisnowski?
Here.
Chairperson.
Here. Okay, do we have any comments on the minutes? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Member Moise?
Aye.
Member Wolcott?
Aye.
Wisnowski? Chairperson Brown?
Aye. Okay, so first up is our public hearing. Well, she's got to read something, so we'll.
Sure.
But I'm glad you're prepared. Thank you.
Make sure my bald spot.
I see. I ordered a head one because of this.
So
Yes.
the
It's
public,
shining.
public hearing for 2025 11P Canna Health and Wellness Amendment 6075 East Henrietta Road, tax map number 213.15-1-14. Marjorie, will you read the public hearing notice, please?
Notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the town of Rush and 274A and 274B of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the planning board of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, on September 23rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. to hear all persons interested in the following applications. Application 2025-11P, amending resolution number 70-2024 with changes to parking parameters for the special permit by Barclay Damon for Canna Health and Wellness. The parcel is located at 6075 East Henrietta Road in Rush, New York, with a tax parcel ID number of 213.15-1-14 and is zoned commercial.
So would
Good
you like to,
evening.
good evening.
My name's Frank Pavi. I'm with the law firm of Barclay Damon here on behalf of Canna Health and Wellness. And have Ellie and Paul here as well in support of their application. As the notice is indicated, we're here for an amended approval of the special use permit, in particular, paragraph 7 of that permit with respect to the parking configuration for the site. I believe there was a map submitted showing the parking arrangement. No other conditions of the special use permit are we seeking to amend. It's just the parking configuration. This is being driven by the sale of the adjoining building. And as a result of that purchase, I believe they were unable to get a one-way drive, internal driveway approved. So they, in collaboration with that property owner, coming with a revised parking arrangement for their site in order to provide a dual internal road driveway, dual meaning not a one way, but both
Two.
ways, two ways, in order to accommodate the vehicle traffic on the internal driveway while still maintaining sufficient parking spaces for their business. And again, that's all we're here for. Otherwise, the business, my client's business has gone very well with no issues. They did upgrade their security system, not because of any issues or problems, just to do so in order to continue to act as a good business neighbor to the community. And as such, their sales have been up. Which means obviously a financial gain for the town. So again, we're just here to discuss the new parking arrangements and seeking approval of the amendment of that section or paragraph 7 of the sub. And with that, if there's any questions, we're happy to answer them.
I just have a couple. I mean, I guess total number of parking spots that you're gonna have then will be eight parking spots. And then one designated as handicap. And then
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
We
that's
also
a-
have the parking agreement with Creekside.
Right, I remember that. I
That's still
remember.
in place.
And then at this time, you can't really count any parking like in front of your building that's on the state right of way. So. But in terms of the size of the parking spots, that's not really designated on here, how big they are, or,
Oh, I'm sorry, they are standard state issued 8 foot by. What is it, 12 foot long for the diagonals or whatever, and then 24 for the parallel ones.
so. With your property, with egress in and out, do you have an easement so you can go on that property line then?
Yeah, so, well, we still have the shared parking agreement with the new landlord next door.
Okay,
Or new building owner, I should say. Colin, we're all in perfect agreement. Also, John and Robert will be making plans to come before the board this winter for an approval to extend the parking area.
with the adjacent property.
They're gonna move the drainage lines.
Or are you saying with the property that you're on?
Yes.
Correct.
So, okay, I think all right. So but that's probably because it looks like, and it's just because I walk by there all the time, so I should stop and say hello to you, but I'm usually like walking at a really fast pace. Although my granddaughter, sidebar, my granddaughter loves your little Halloween decorations.
It was. Oh my gosh, it was so cute.
Yeah,
She was looking at them.
so anyways,
There's more to come.
okay.
Moving along, Larry. I'm sorry.
That's what happens when
That's
you're,
all right.
when you're retired.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
Appreciate that.
So anyways. So I see he's got some development he's doing on the upper levels. Looks like gonna be rentals or
Yeah.
whatever.
2 apartments, I believe, is what they said.
So he's gonna be trying to extend this parking in the back
Yes.
to give more parking.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
He'll be coming before your board in the winter.
Yes, because he's the property owner.
Right,
so-
right.
Otherwise, we would be happy to help.
Right.
Do that.
Right.
But there is an agreement in place with the adjoining property owner and my client with respect to the use of that. driveway.
Yeah, that's it. That was where I was going is because I'm looking at where the parking is and do the cars kind of go over the property line if they're parked there?
No, not if they're
Not-
parked there.
No,
Okay,
but they do when they drive in that.
But we
internal-
are allowed to drive around.
I get it.
and
That's
vice
what
versa.
approaches their property.
right, that's,
But it doesn't, again, the adjoining property owner has an agreement to permit them to use that internal driveway.
okay, he just didn't want you going around his building is what I'm,
Oh, no, he's fine with it
Yeah.
now. The new owner is fine with it. It was
The old
previous
owner was the one
owner
that had the
Had
problem
an
with it.
issue with it.
So
oh,
with the new owner, it's much more of a collaborative
Yeah.
and shared
Oh,
agreement.
so then, it's a dumb question then, if the new owner is gonna let you drive around the building.
They never shared or changed their shared driveway agreement. So that it could still allow for that. Because-
It can't allow, okay, that's what I was getting, because I thought maybe, I'm like, if they're working cleverly, then why are you, I was like, so what do you care, would you get that? Oh,
so basically, he's letting you're both using where I'm seeing the property line down between the two
Yeah.
buildings, you can go in and out on that. So he's not gonna have any parking, like say the building next to you, he won't ever put any parking on that side of the building
No,
that's on the same side as yours.
correct.
No, the reconfiguration of our parking spaces to allow two-way traffic in that internal.
Okay,
And by moving them from the diagonal to parallel, it opened it up more so that actually emergency vehicles can get through with
Right.
no issue.
right, okay.
And that's like our biggest concern.
There's only 16 feet of space. But because there's just a property line, not a,
Right.
Correct, there's no structure there, it's just the property line that, again, the shared agreement with the new property owner.
And like realistically, how many people do you have coming in and out?
At a time or through the whole day?
Probably at a time.
The most we've seen is 2 or 3. And most of them park at Creekside.
Or,
Most of them
or
don't
right
even
out,
pull in the
or
parking
right
lot
out
anymore.
front, probably.
Yeah, that too,
You say 2 or 3, you're talking cars or people?
people. I don't know if they all come in the same vehicle, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
the only comment that I would have would be if this owner over here decided to put a board on board fence down the property line, there'd be no way you would pull in even at an angle and back out of a space to get in and out of that.
But I-
And that's not gonna happen because of the shared agreement they have. with
Right,
each other.
and Colin also uses the
Do you have a
driveway to
copy of the
drive
shared
around
agreement?
all the way, so. And we both, actually, he's been great, we both sharing the responsibilities of mowing the lawn and everything else, so.
I'm just, stuff changes in the future, right? So I
Yeah.
just
I know.
wanna
Well,
be
I
sure
assume if
that,
that was the case,
right,
that did happen,
as long as there's a legal document that
You're-
says you can have
yeah.
that shared agreement.
irrespective of a legal document, if that happened, your code enforcement officer should, I would assume, be knocking on our door saying, hey,
Right,
you're now out of compliance with your stuff. And then we'll be back before you trying to approve another parking configuration.
You have any questions, man?
Just, you had spoke about the new landlord next to you having, what does he have in there? Do you have any idea what
He-
that's? So that's just apartments, and then on your side, there was plan to expand parking in the back at some point?
Yes,
Do you know what that plan is or when that might take place?
I know that Robert and John and I spoke about it again the other day, and they were gonna start calling for and valence for quotes. To move the drainage lines, I guess. or
septic.
So potentially
Septic
what,
system,
is that what's back there?
Some sort of water drainage
Yeah, I don't think it was septic.
runoff
It's
or something.
Stormwater management drain.
There could be a septic back there somewhere for this house.
I don't think it was, he never mentioned septic. It
No,
was just drainage.
some sort of drainage lines.
But he'd have to come through. with
You'd
it.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, he has to seek approval from this board to do that.
And potentially, depending on what gets determined there, that would alleviate some of the stress of the property owner
Yeah,
next door
comes
changing
here.
things. Okay.
But again, that agreement
There's
that
definitely
they have
something
in place with Creekside really helps.
Yeah.
And like she said, like Ellie said, most of them park there, even
Yeah.
though there are spots on it, so.
And it helps that the agreement's recorded, it's a recorded instrument, so it's harder to residences in effect make it go away.
Correct.
Are these the spaces that you show here, are those there now?
Yes,
So then the septic system must be here?
I don't know.
You mean beyond the paved area in the back?
I think theirs is right under that paved area
That would be,
or next to it.
That's what I was saying is if, and I don't understand what you're saying about going through here, but there's gotta be a septic system for this property somewhere. It's the only
yeah, I
thing
don't
there
think
is.
it's on, I doubt it's under that paved area. That would
Right,
not make
so I'm
sense.
saying it's gotta be in
the
this area.
back.
So
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to do anything or back there.
That's the property owner's issue.
Yeah, I know that they said there was a way to move it. I don't know all the
I think we'll have
logistics.
to wait
We're
till
just
the-
trying to figure out alternatives to help alleviate any congestion.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they will be having the apartments open up.
It's a great question that I'm sure you'll ask when he comes in this winter to get approval.
Well, he's done all that work to get those apartments. Does anybody know when it was boxed? Did they have apartments over it?
They did.
Did they? It worked back then.
I'm not saying it won't work, but I'm just,
I know. Oh, yeah, I don't,
future parking or access through there would, it's gotta be one some,
right. But I don't think they can speculate what.
right?
what
I
it-
just asked.
And again, this is a condition to a special use permit, which I believe. Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, is renewable every X number of, or is it?
Special use permit?
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
okay. Either way, if there was a condition that came up that concerned the code enforcement officer, they would make you
Right.
guys.
Steve, you got any questions?
You said the landowner next door allows the use of the parking lot to drive around, right? But you couldn't upgrade the driveway agreement. That's why you're here for that?
Right, because they had put the building on the market right after we paid for our original appearance. So it's changed hands, and for quite some time, we couldn't get a hold of Cal. But now, it's not an issue, and unfortunately, though, I believe actual parking agreements may have to go through John and Robert, because they're the landowners.
But I think the issue was the original condition had them driving around the building.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
don't, they still don't, even with this new relationship, they don't have the ability to get around the building
Right.
to have the one way in and out as well.
They just have an agreement to go in and out on that one
Right, so they're
space.
trying to move those spots that are in the front so that there can be an in and out in the same driveway as opposed to being able to go around the building to exit entry point.
That's my question. Sorry.
Okay. Um. I don't have any other questions out there. Okay, Marjorie. With this, did we have to get anything from the fire department or fire marshals?
Rick was just over there, so I don't think so. I just asked Rick if there was any problem with it. He
Okay.
said no, so.
All right. And then it doesn't change the conservation board. Right, Kevin? All right. So we don't have any comments that we have to read from. All right, so then at this point, do I close?
Well, and make sure there's no public.
I did ask.
Oh, sorry. I can.
None? Okay. So,
Then we'll go to public hearings.
okay, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second that.
Member Moise?
Aye.
Member Wilcox?
Alright,
Member Wisnowski?
I,
Chairperson Brown?
Aye. All right. So, Kevin. Help me with this one, because this
So
is,
again, we're amending the request is to amend condition 7 of the existing site plan. It requires the, best efforts to get the agreement with the neighbor for the ingress egress. So, we're gonna be amending that condition to either eliminate it, modify it. What are your, what, are there any conditions that you're looking for to impose?
well, I don't think it's a condition, but do we want it noted that there's a shared agreement with the adjacent property owner, or doesn't that?
We can reflect, there's a recorded instrument, we can reference that recorded driveway agreement. As that the ingress and egress and parking is going to be done in conjunction with a shared driveway agreement. That was recorded in, I can read the library page.
Okay.
That basically, this amendment is conditioned upon that, that continuation of that existing driveway agreement.
Okay, I guess that's what I was getting at.
Are there any other parameters or anything around that?
Do you want to also note it would be modified for the map that's been submitted as part of the application?
Yes, I was gonna say that it'd be as reflected on.
I think that's probably what you have out there right now, though, right? Cause I looked,
But this map is gonna be slightly different than the site plan that was.
It is.
Correct.
but I'm saying physically, they've made the adjustments.
Correct, but I wanna make sure that the record will reflect the new map, that's been presented that outlines the, how the parking spaces are designated. Cause this will replace the existing map that was on file.
I mean, it's just like all these older buildings, the parking is just kind of tight around there, and there's nothing that we can really do with that, and I guess my opinion is that, and I guess maybe I should have said this, but my opinion is, that area has been functioning, as it is, so.
So basically, I guess the conditions and the standard are, does the board think that the proposed traffic flow and parking will contribute to the general well-being of the community? Will it endanger or the public health, safety, or general welfare of the community? And whether or not it'll discourage the appropriate development or use of adjacent land and buildings or impair their value. Those are the set standards that we
Right.
go by. So as long as you don't have issues with those based on this proposal, then it would be consistent with the conditions for special permit.
All right, so we have those conditions that we talked about.
Yeah.
So now,
I can read the resolution.
Okay.
It's up.
I did give everyone a copy of the old
Yeah.
resolution too, so, that is in the packet with their.
Right.
Original. Statement. I think that's the one who said it was-
Yes, it's not using that.
yeah, because it's number 7 that we're modifying,
Yes.
amending.
I've got, the one I have in front of me is that prepared it's close to that one, but I'm just doing a few modifications. Just to make it clear.
So when we do the new resolution, is it just a standalone?
It's gonna be it's somewhat of a standalone because it's basically amending that prior resolution.
Okay.
But I'm still going through the factors so that if anybody said, well, what did you base it on? It
Oh,
was the same factors
okay.
we used on the original. That makes sense.
Yes.
Yes.
It does.
It does. All right, so do we want to
I can
read
do
that resolution then?
It's a resolution for amendment to special permits, whereas the planning board of the town of Rush has examined application 2025-11P for amendment to special permit resolution number 70-2024, issued by the planning board on December 17th, 2024, submitted by Barclay Damon LLP on behalf of Canna Health and Wellness LLC. The lessee of the real property located at 6075 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York. Tax map number 213.1. Sorry, 213.1-1-14. The property to operate cannabis retail dispensary property. The planning board has approved a special permit for the operation of cannabis retail dispensary at the property on December 17th, 2024, and the applicant desires to amend condition number 7 of the approval relative to the parking parameters and the ingress and egress to the property. Whereas the planning board has reviewed the application, maps, other materials filed with the application, together reports from the town staff and the public and other involved agencies associated with the application. And a public hearing on the application was held on September 23rd, 2025. And notice was posted as required by law. Whereas all persons at the hearing desiring to speak on the matter were heard, all correspondence on the matter was read, and all comments and statements were received during the public hearing. And the other duly meetings of the planning board considered by the planning board. And now, wherefore it's resolved, that the planning board has determined that it is most appropriate agency for determination of significance under seeker. And it is therefore the appropriate lead agent to conduct an environmental review of the action. The proposed, the planning board determination, this is a type 2 action under seeker, requiring no further determination with stickers by the planning board. Be it further resolved that upon consideration of the planning board of the factors set forth in section 120-69D of town law, town zoning law, sorry, the planning board grants an amendment to the special permit for the operation of the cannabis retail dispensary of the property based on the following findings. That the proposed revised traffic flow associated with the operation of the cannabis dispensary is, the property is desirable and will contribute to the general well-being of the community. The granting of the amended, special permit relative to ingress and egress to the property associated with the operation of the facility will not endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare of the community. The proposed modified ingress and egress and parking to and from the property is in harmony with the probable future development of the neighborhood and will not discourage the appropriate development or use of the adjacent lands and buildings will not impair the value thereof. The applicant, this is where I'm gonna be going a little bit off script, so I apologize. The existing shared driveway agreement found at Liber 4558 at page 138 will continue to be in full force and effect. And that the revised site plan last redated on July 14th, 2025 by Michael D. I don't know how to survey the Yakuza, LC and Marathon Engineering is hereby incorporating becomes part of the permanent record, reflecting the ingress, egress, and the revised parking areas.
Makuzo.
Yakuza. That,
Is that
that's
every,
it.
okay. All right, because you had a couple more things there, but we don't need those.
No, that was from the last one. Those are all continuations.
Oh,
Just the
okay.
Existing, and that, you know, and I'll also say that, I'll add this, that all other terms and conditions of the existing, special permit, approval are hereby ratified and are still in full force.
Okay, perfect. All right. So now we need a motion to approve the resolution. And
I
I,
make a,
no.
I make a motion to approve the resolution.
I'll second that.
Member Boyce.
Aye.
Member Wolford.
Aye.
Slosky.
Aye.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank
Good
you.
evening.
Thank you.
And you know what? And thank you for your hard work, because
Oh, please send it
and-
out.
and I hope you're,
Giving back with the tax dollars. Let's save some stuff.
so good luck with your business. I know you've
Thank you
been
very much.
doing your security stuff.
Should sit outside during the parades because I throw out extra candy.
Thank you. Yeah, we always like to know where the extra candy is. We need to. Everybody knows what it's like to have little ones candied up. All right. So now Marjorie, our new business, the Gorchakov site plan application is updated. So I see, I think Brennan Marks, our engineer, reviewed what Gorchakov, but we don't have an updated. What we have is not the most
Just the
current.
application.
What you have is, not from, after, Brennan reached out to him. So that's coming. I told him if he could get me the information, the updated plans. I said I just need, 5 or 6. That's sufficient, to get to you, and also, digital copies. So he's going to send those over, as soon as he gets everything,
Okay,
prepared on them. But we do already have the SWIP, which I did tell Brennan that it should be on the derivation table, so but he should be able to get it from there. If not, I would forward him that information. So, yeah, everything that they have is what you have from PRC.
Okay. And so there's still things that are gonna have to be updated, but,
Just a-
but the basics of the site are on here. I mean, I think what we were looking for, one of the things I remembered, it's the same thing we see on a lot of these, like on the, environmental addendum, they put no to everything, but yet when you go into the short environmental assessment form, there's things that say yes.
And I
So,
did talk over the phone. He said a lot of these well, he said about like 15-20% of the EAF form gets automatically filled, and it's based on the like the adjoining lots. It's not necessarily that.
oh,
So I didn't realize that, so I said to him, I go, oh, okay, I said, well, as long as I know that, I can pass that information along. But I know the conservation board usually wants it
to match, and
right,
the thing is even if, I mean, technically, even if it's an adjacent property, if there's something there, you still have to
you
look,
should still show, right, yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it's just consistency
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember some of the other things, Marjorie, with that
So, that was really all we focused on, from the PRC meeting, and Brennan asked. Brennan asked for. To please provide the SWIP and NOI for this project, which all he provided us was, I believe, the application for the SWIP that he had filled out, so. I don't know if there's something that comes from.
well, they should get something that's
for the
approving,
stormwater, yeah,
right.
okay. He said a permit will need to be obtained from, Monroe County DOT for the driveway entrance. By check dams in the swales, either side of the driveway. Also provide a specification for temporary and permanent seating. Please indicate where the jute mesh soil stabilization will be located. We recommend it is located on all slopes, 3 on 1 or steeper. And please show any sidewalks or walkways at the house, and provide asphalt pavement section for the driveway. So just more or less, notations.
A little bit more detail.
Yeah, yeah.
And this lot here, though, was part of what was an original subdivision.
Fieldstone Estates, yes. Yeah, so the applicant originally supplied us with Fieldstone Estates subdivision, not necessarily his exact lot. And so I went back to the applicant, told him he was going to need a full site plan of the development of this property. So he is now obtained an engineer, and which is VDS, and they are the ones supplying us with the plan, so. And they answered everything from the previous correspondence that we
Right.
sent to, so.
Mm,
Good question.
all right. Any questions on that? I'm sure as you get the updated, then we'll see it on the derivation table.
Let everybody know, yes.
All right. Great. Well, if there's not anything else, I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
It was awful quick, man.
Member Moise,
Aye.
member Wilcox.
Aye.
Member Wisniewski.
Aye. Very good. Thank you.